Well, greetings and welcome back, blade fans. I've got a new and interesting knife that has not yet hit the market, but will be hitting it soon. I purchased this from Dirk Pinkerton directly. It is a prototype, but looks exactly, supposedly, like the final knife will look. And it is made by Kansept. It is what I like to call a big small knife because it is about a 3.1-inch blade of S35VN in this case, because there will be G10 and carbon fiber liner lock versions of this knife. This is a Framelock, and it is called the Anomaly. Interesting that there are at least a couple other knives I'm aware of that are called the Anomaly, but this is one by Kansept. All titanium handle on this one, so this will be the upper end, upper echelon in this model line called the Anomaly. Many of you may recognize the clip as being almost identical to the one on the Main Street. Okay, the Kaiser, I believe it is a Kaiser Main Street. Let's see. Too many knives. No, that's a Kansept Main Street. Sorry, folks. And we'll take a look at those for comparison in a moment, but let's focus on this neat little Tonto knife. It'll be coming in two versions. It'll be coming in one without the chisel grind in the front, just a smooth sweep up of more of a traditional looking Tonto with a straight spine. And this one, which will have the fuller here, as well as that chisel grind. I picked the chisel grind. And again, these were prototypes that were sent to Dirk by Kansept ahead of the production of the knife. In looking out there at Blade HQ, I found some that were in G10 and carbon fiber liner lock versions. I haven't yet seen this one out there, so look for it this year, probably early in 2023. I'd say probably before summer, but don't bet on that. I really don't know. It's a big complex thing between the designer and the production knives made by the company. But let's take a look at what we've got here. It's, like I said, it's a big small knife. Why is it big small? Because it's a small knife with a shorter blade, but I can easily get all four fingers on there. So in that sense, it's a larger knife. It's not a 3-finger EDC where I'm, creeping off the end. Easily, comfortably get all the four fingers on that handle. Reasonably thick blade and nice stout point. As I said, S35VN on this, although it isn't yet marked. And that's one of the reasons it is a prototype. It does have, however, Dirk's signature mark on there, as well as the name of the knife right there, the Anomaly. And there is a stock number even right there. And there is Kansept's logo. We're going to quickly measure it up so you know what we're dealing with here. I'm going to back out a little bit so we can do that. Overall length of this knife, 7¼ inches. And blade length, I believe they're calling it 3.15. I'm getting, about that, 3.15-ish. And in millimeters, the blade stock, it's going to be fairly thin, 2.8 millimeters. And in inches, 0.10 inches. Handle thickness, pretty thin, 0.43, well under a ½ inch. And it's fairly light, and it is milled out inside. I'll give you another look at that in a moment. So we're dealing with a 2.98, just under 3-ounce knife. Very lightweight, as I said. And let's take a look. I can grab my little light here. Might get into doing flashlight reviews. We'll see. I've got about 60 of them in the collection. There's your milling right there. So yeah, it's pocketed out, which contributes to it being light. It's got a hardened steel insert. We've got a lockup of about 25, 30%, maybe 30%. Very smooth on bearings. Light knife, so it's not going to be drop shut, but very smooth. One thing that this one is lacking that perhaps the production model will have is has no jimping on the flipper tab. And I've had a few misfires because of that, my finger sliding off. But, you know, if you just bear down a little bit, no problem. No effort to make that pop out. And nice finger groove here. Got a little bit of a recess there where you can access the lock bar easily. You know, it's fidget friendly for sure. You can open and close this thing all day long. Now the fuller, I'm not even going to attempt. I think maybe some of you can get your fingernail or whatever in there. It's way up here and there's not much showing. As you can see, most of the blade hides in the handle. This one is a green anodized. I think it's going to come in a blue anodized and possibly a natural titanium. As I say, with this being a pre-production model, some things could change. Now here is the Main Street, a little larger knife, but look, same clip except got a bit of a groove or fuller down the middle on that one. Both attached from the surface. This one, of course, having a carbon fiber, kind of a laminate. Wish I really had gotten the micarta version. Maybe I will yet. We'll see. But having this one, it's a pretty handy little knife as well. And you can see size-wise that we're talking about 3/4 of an inch longer overall on the Main Street. And here we have one that is made by Artisan. And this is also a Dirk Pinkerton design in AR RPM 9. And I'll get you the name of that in 1 second. Oh yes, the Arroyo. Got it a while ago, forgot the name. That's the Arroyo, kind of a trailing point little blade. And we'll back out a little more. We can keep the background in the frame. And this one is another interesting, really small Dirk Pinkerton knife. And this one's the Urban Skinner by Kaiser. Oh, Urban Bowie. My mistake. Urban Bowie. Yep. And this is 154 cm. Yep. So kind of a cascading sequence here of small frame locks and liner locks by Dirk. Let's get them down there. You can see the comparative sizes. So the full-size Main Street's actually the largest. Then we've got the Arroyo. Then we've got the Anomaly. Then we've got the Urban Bowie. So if you're looking for a really small knife that is a 3-finger knife, right? With the jimping on the top and so forth. That's a cool little knife. Let's get the others out of the frame for the moment. All the others are liner locks. And this is the only frame lock. Not sure what the pricing is going to be on this guy. Could be in like the 150 or so realm, with it being S35VN. One thing missing is the jimping. Again, that could get added in. Pre-production models, prototypes, are often going to change. So don't figure you see something you don't like here or something that's missing and you don't like the knife. So I would just keep my eyes open for it and look at the pictures when you see the knife posted on the various online shopping sites. And you should be able to see whether they added the jimping in, whether they added the jimping on the flipper tab, which I hope they do. But the way it is, it's pretty darn smooth. The clip is nice, close to deep carry, but maybe ½ inch or so sticking out of the pocket. Nicely centered blade. And if I didn't mention it earlier, it is a wide open construction with barrel spacers here. And no provision for a lanyard unless you loop it around one of those barrel spacers. Let's see. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, you could do that right on that end one without interfering with the blade, I believe. You just have to use some thinner cord, perhaps. So, nice little Tonto knife. Again, just over a 3-inch blade, but a handle, and I've got a medium-large hand, that will hold all 4 fingers with a tiny little bit left over. So if you're looking for a lightweight EDC, you can grab either this one or the more traditional Tonto without the chisel point. Maybe before we go, just give you an idea of the size of this next to kind of a medium-sized knife, the Benchmade Griptilian. And you can see the Griptilian's a good inch, close to an inch longer overall, with the blade about a ½ inch, something like that, longer. So, you know, Griptilian's a full-size knife, medium full-size knife, a little bit left over there. Certainly the Griptilian's going to be thicker and a little heavier. So under 3 ounces for this beautiful little Tonto. Keep your eyes open for it. I'll put as many links as I can find. The only one I found, again, was at Blade HQ for the G10 models. And perhaps micarta. I don't know if they're going to do micarta or not. But they're all listed as the price of 0 because it's yet to get into stock. But Blade HQ is noted for posting things before they are in stock and available, which can be good. So you're poised and ready to purchase when the time comes. Hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to give it a like. And I'll be back with a couple more prototypes from Dirk in the next week or so. Take care.